We're all in this together, but we're not. We're actually in this movie. We are in this ripoff, and I'm scared. It's bad. I want my mom. And there's hoodies. There's so many hoodies in this movie, and it's bad. And I want my mom, and I'm scared. And we're all in this together, but we're not. Someone help. High School Musical is an incredible series. Shocker, I know. I founded this channel on shared love for High School Musical, but I have been dark on it for a while. I have been silent and left everyone dehydrated, begging for more High School Musical content. Well, don't worry, I'm back, folks, back to being a High School Musical only channel. Back to talking about Troy and Gabriella's love, Sharpay's incredible character arc, Ryan and Chad's love, all of it. We're back, folks. We're back in this for life. It's gonna be a golden age. Ha! Psych nerds! We're gonna talk about some hard, tough movie. We're done with that kid stuff. Nope, we're not gonna talk about High School Musical anymore. We're gonna talk about Sunday School Musical. Yep. Sunday School Musical. It's totally different.
Crossroads is lame. They got no game and they walk of shame.
Oh, this.
This is probably one of the worst movies I have ever seen in my entire life. But God, it is so good. This is hands down the single most incompetent piece of garbage ever made. It takes the name High School Musical and abuses it. It deserves to have the police called on it for its abuse.
We interrupt this program to bring you
Merch alert. We got new merch. We got cute merch. We got posters. We got long sleeve sweaters. We got hoodies like this cotton candy hoodie with 24 frames of Nick on it. All cute and cotton candy like. And we got my head in the clouds saying I'm the inventor of nostalgia. Because I am. I invented nostalgia. This merch is honestly my favorite drop yet. And if you're looking for the best way to support me, this is it. 24framesofnick.shop is the link, and you best think that I want you to buy my merch. Please buy my merch. I need food. Please buy my merch. Before I tell you about this movie, we need a little background on the people that made this sin of the movie. This movie was made by the infamous studio, The Asylum. And by golly, if you don't know the studio, consider yourself lucky. They are responsible for the lowest budget ripoffs that cash grab off new releases. Like, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly that they are ripping stuff off, and they just love it. They just love doing it. They know they're committing acts of violence on humanity. Some of their famous masterpiece movies include Transmorphers, Atlantic Rim, Terminators, Titanic 2. Titanic 2. They did the Titanic twice. How do you even do that? But then they just made all the Sharknado films. So, maybe they ain't so bad. So, to follow in their gross ripoff footsteps, they made Sunday School Musical, which came out 3 days before High School Musical 3. 3 days before High School Musical 3. They knew what they were doing. Sunday School Musical is a 2008 cry for help starring people who don't have acting roles anymore. Can we have a moment of silence for them? This movie, man, it's called Sunday School Musical, which, makes you think, oh, it's gonna be a religious movie, which, hey, that's fine. Go off, but, guess what? That's not what the movie's about. This movie is quite literally about nothing. It's a laundering scheme made for $9,000. $9,000. Jesus Christ, that is such a low budget. You could buy like 30 copies of Viva Pinata with that money, and yet it's wasted on this trash heap. Before we get immersed in this movie though, we need to analyze the box art because, oh boy, it's something special. Now, right off the bat, it looks super similar to High School Musical's poster, right? Like, to a T, this is a blatant, disgusting ripoff. Except it's deeper than that, because most of these people are just not in this movie. I don't know who this guy is, or this girl. Definitely never saw her. And then on the back of the box, you got normal stuff. A plot synopsis, a dude dancing, a school that's not in the movie, and then the tagline. They put the hip in worship. Can we just appreciate that really quickly? Can we just appreciate how beautiful that is? So the movie instantly kicks off with a song. Like, I literally press play and the main kid is already going off. They're like, here's the title card, here's the song, we gonna go hard, dude. So this main kid, who isn't Troy Bolton, walks down the sidewalk singing about dreams by saying the exact same line over and over and over again.
I got dreams, I got dreams, I got dreams.
He walks into a church choir where, the clapping goes on way too long. Like they replayed the sound effect like 20 times. that's a little awkward. And then boom, we got another song. This movie just doesn't stop. No intro, no opening act. We're literally just diving headfirst into concrete. Now my favorite part of this movie is in fact the audio and how it never matches with anyone's mouth. It's a movie about singing, yet they never look like they're singing. It's art. It's a parody of High School Musical. It's genius. This one lady goes up on stage and starts to talk magically without moving her mouth.
Truly lovely work.
And somehow she still gets cut off. She talks about how some choir will go to state's competition soon, but yo, watch out, this old girl needs her bingo. Yeah, you better watch out. She needs her bingo time. She'll beat you up. Now these dudes get on stage and they just start making your ears bleed. They're supposed to be bad, but this is something different.
Come thou fount of every blessing, come thou fount of every blessing, come thou fount of every blessing, heart to sing, thy heart to sing, thy grace to sing, thy praise to sing.
Have you ever heard the death call of a rabbit? It's more calming than these people. It's funny though, because this is a ripoff of High School Musical. At least I think it is. And so far, we have 0 similarities, except the fact that they're humans who sing with their mouth. Sort of. The movie has yet another massive issue where people talk really low, then they talk really loud, then they talk really low again.
Don't get distracted. States is in 1 month, you still have work to do.
Like this teacher, she talks like, "Don't get distracted." Walking home, Not Troy Bolton raps with his crew while he talks about his dad's coming home from the army soon. That's very important to the movie, but it's also not. So you'll soon find out that these dudes suck. Both of these people, they're not good friends. They're kind of really bad. At Not Troy Bolton's home, he has dinner with his family while his mom constantly cuts her son off.
Remember that choir competition that I was
Oh, Zach, how was it? How'd it go?
It was fine. We made it to states.
Oh, Zach, that's amazing.
Like, let this boy speak. The mom then tells Not Troy that she lost her job and they have to move soon. They have to move 40 minutes away. Not Troy hates this because his friends, who still live kind of close, they don't like that either. Jesus Christ, 40 minutes away is still pretty close. Here we get a first emotional moment because Not Troy is sad because he's moving 40 minutes away. Gee, 40 minutes away is not that far. Not Troy gets sad on the roof. He somehow magically changes his shirt from gray to black, but you know, so what? It's to pay homage to Bet on It from High School Musical 2, one of the best songs ever made. On the roof, Not Troy looks around all poopy until the music kicks in and he just kind of hits stuff like a wimp and he taps his heels. It's so great. He just hits the roof like, you suck, roof. Okay, so the roof is like a very common setting for this movie. Somehow this dude is just always ending up on a roof. Like, I swear, the neighbors must be like, oh dang it, Not Troy's on the roof again. Yo, Jerry, get the ladder. He's probably stuck up there. He's always on the roof. Get the ladder, get this boy down. His friend then also goes on the roof and gets mad at him for moving. Like it's his fault that he's moving? How dare you be a kid and not able to stop yourself from moving 40 minutes away, which is not that far. I hate you. Not Troy then meets Not Gabriella in science class. Jeez.
Now open your recipe book to page 51.
Teacher, calm down, dude. You don't have to scream at me. Later that day, we see Not Gabriella study. Like actually study. The movie literally pauses for 5 minutes for this girl to actually study for a science test. Like, this is not plot related or funny or heartwarming. Nope, they're literally actually studying. My theory is that this girl had an actual college test and the director was like, oh, we can use this. It's so weird how long the scene goes on for.
Interphase, prophase, metaphase.
Telophase, anaphase?
You could try something to help you remember. For instance, metaphase, marbles. I played marbles.
Okay.
And you just keep adding the words.
Interphase, I played. Metaphase.
The next day, they cook eggs in class, and Not Troy flirts with her.
Remember, no shell, please.
Remember, no shell, please. Then later that day, he magically changes his clothes again, and just, I don't know, he has an exorcism in the bathroom. He like huffs and puffs all around. He grabs the toilet stall, which I guess is empowering if you have a problem with toilet stalls. Guy then sees that the new choir sucks, so he helps them not suck. He helps them be okay. Meanwhile, Not Troy's old friends are being really mean to each other. Like, this girl screams at this guy for no reason.
Don't you think Zachary could make that flow? I mean, he'd be able to tie it in.
Zachary's not here. It doesn't work like that.
Oh, fine, let's just move on.
Also, Not Troy then shows up very easily. So this man constantly just hangs with them throughout the movie. So why did they make a hassle of him having to leave? When it literally makes so sense, because he's always with them. I told you, he's not that far. Not Troy and Not Gabriella start hanging out, and then out of nowhere, this happens.
I know that you're the pastor's daughter, that you're top of the class, you're in every club. I mean, what's the worst that could have happened?
Actually, my mom died a few months ago.
Like, okay. And then we get the plot cooking up, things get juicy. Not Troy pushes both choirs to sing together. They try to win money to save a random church that is randomly going broke. This doesn't even look like a movie. It looks like they're filming a random church. I hope these people consented to being filmed. Not Gabriella then chews bubblegum. Yep, and then this random dude tells the choirs that they can't sing together. But don't worry guys, they still sing together. Okay, they sing songs with their heart and soul. They let it all out and win that money. They give the money to the church and oh geez, Not Troy's military dad is here. He just pops up. Sup dad? Also, they didn't even win the money. Another random group just won and they just said, oh, screw it, y'all can have it. What? What is this movie? And that's Sunday School Musical. Where do I begin? This movie is a trip. It's absolutely mesmerizing and amazing. Every second is edited so bad that if I talked about every single second to second cut, I would be here for hours. This movie has nothing to do with High School Musical. Literally nothing. And yet, it's ripping it off somehow. It's magical. Every single character in this movie is mean. Not Troy's friends, they are all mean to each other for nothing. They scream and yell at each other for pretty much existing. It's so weird. Someone will just ask like a normal, polite question and the other person will be like, ah, shut up, you suck. And then they just get mad at Not Troy for not singing with them. Meanwhile, they kind of just like kick them out. It's selfish. I guess kind of relates to High School Musical because that was kind of the bad plot of the first movie and the second movie and the third movie of how like Troy would just want to do his own thing and everyone would be like, ah, we hate you for doing your own thing for yourself. You suck for doing your own thing for yourself. You gotta do things for us. You suck. This movie amazes me because I feel like I barely scratched the surface with its incompetence. This movie is free on Amazon Prime, so I highly suggest that you watch this if you're looking to laugh, because it truly is a trip. How do you take the iconic story of High School Musical and make it a movie about nothing? Literally no plot, just mad people, flirty people, a church at the end. But hey, they really did put the hip in worship. They also broke my hip. This movie pushed me down the stairs and broke my hip, and I'm gonna sue for that $9K. You can bet on it. You get it?